Hi guys, this is Brisco here at Bieber's Media. I'm with the chap on my right. His name's Baggy Khan. Baggy Khan, give these guys a little introduction of who you are.
Brisco, obviously my name's Baggy, and for those that don't know me, I'm an entrepreneur. I think nowadays more widely recognised from these white collar B Crown promotions. I think a lot of people are on TikTok, Instagram, it's entertainment, so they see that. And obviously my new venture is fighting for our community, the people, and I've joined the Green Party as a candidate, and actually I'll be standing for the general elections on the 7th of May.
Brilliant. Look, yeah. You've given me a lot of information, which we love out there at Bieber's Media, but let's go in sections.
No problem.
How did it all begin? Talk about, as a young kid, you grew up in Bolton, right?
I grew up in Bolton,
so tell me what Bolton was like growing up as a young kid.
So Brisco, I was actually 6 when I moved here from Holland. So I was born in the Netherlands. I moved to Bolton, first town I ever moved to. I've got older brother Ghazali, his name's Gaz. He's about 6 years older. We came, settled in straight away. We had family, a very, big Asian community, I think, which made it a lot easier for us to settle in, and went into school, high school, just got to know everyone, to be honest with you.
So what were the challenges that you had? Because what you're telling me is very generic.
Yes,
right? People, you've travelled from Holland. Must have been a big culture shock, by the way.
Yeah.
So what challenges you have growing up as an ethnic minority in Bolton? To
be honest with you, I was obviously 6 when I came here, a bit younger, a bit easier to settle in, but Bolton, we faced the challenges. I think, with the current parties in, like the Green Party, for example, and councillors and the population going higher, it's a lot easier to settle in. But, there was a time where I think we faced a lot more racism, I think, coming in.
So being a young kid, right, in Bolton, having that experience, how did that make you feel?
I think, look, it made me the man I am today. It made me stronger. And if anything, I don't think it comes down to singular people, or you can't just blame, a race for it, I guess. It just comes down to the minorities. But, I feel like it made me who I am today. It made me stronger. I'm outspoken. I speak for what's right, because of them reasons. If back then I stayed quiet and just kind of just took it on the chin and never stood up for myself. And, even in school, I was like a taller lad, a bigger lad. So a lot of people always came to me, generally you see a bigger guy. And I was always that, tall lad from year 7, you can spot me from a mile away. Naturally, you're going to go to the biggest guy. And from a young age, everyone would come to me with problems, with anything, and I just never had it in me to say no. And slowly it becomes your character, it becomes your personality. And here we are today. We've got a good connection with the community, not even just in the Halliwell ward where I'll be standing for the elections, but in Bolton generally, even the Northwest, Nelson, Brighton, we've got a lot of friends, family, roots tied deeply, and it's good. Yeah.
So talk about the boxing. As a young kid, what got you into the boxing?
So boxing, look, when we were kids...
Was it Amir Khan by any chance?
You know what? It was Amir Khan, I guess.
Did he give you that motivation?
It did give me the motivation, but I've actually got a very good friend of mine, a best mate of mine. I've grown up with him. He's called Samir Aftab. He's a professional boxer. He's had 5 fights. And, they say you become your circle. So, he was in my circle. Yeah. And, you see him, boxing and training and, ripped up, looking good. And it motivates you to do better as well. And he'd take me to the gym with him. They've got their own gym.
What age did you start the boxing then?
So I was not too young. I was about 14, 15. I actually had 1 white collar, and even that was, by the local, everyone knows him. Allah grant him Jannat, because he can't. He's passed away now. Yes, but it's a brilliant show, and he got the community together, and it was something different. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Do you feel that having an activity like boxing, being 14, growing up in Bolton, do you think it kind of saved you from a lot of riffraff?
100%. I think it did, because obviously, look, I've been involved in a lot of riffraff. It's just the community, the environment you grow in, it wears off on you. But I've made the mistakes. I've been involved in riffraffs, more fighting, I guess, which, it's not something to be proud of. More self-defense, fighting for yourself, fighting for your people, but
kicking off with people.
Basically, but not intentionally.
Kicking off with people. I'm going to kick us around that. Yeah.
I'm trying to say, but, apart from that, we've grown. You learn from your mistakes. That's what I guess mistakes are for. And, I want to be able to share that with people and look after people, or our community, our youth, our youngers, so they don't have to go through that same hardship. Or, you know, and another big thing actually, when I was younger, like you said, boxing got us involved. There's a lot of youth centres. There's a lot of, you know, I'm sure when you were younger as well, you go in, there's like a community centre, everyone's chilling there, everyone's sat together.
How old are you again?
I'm 25.
25. You wouldn't believe this. I got a kid older than me. I swear down. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Brisco, you look young though.
Just say it one more time and look at the camera. Just say it one more time.
He looks young.
Thank you. I'll give you that 5 later on.
So how old is your kid now? Like,
my eldest daughter's 27.
27,
yeah, 27. Yeah, she turns 27 in April.
So you must have been like 10 when you had a kid or something, innit?
You know what? I had my first child about 18.
Yeah, wow,
so what saved me? You know what saved me? And this is why I asked you the question. When I was a young kid, I grew up in a prominently Caribbean area. It was Asians, Caribbeans, and you know, it was very rough and tough. When I say rough and tough, if you're going to walk to the street and you're not in that zone, you're going to get robbed.
Right.
So I think what saved me is my mother. I had a very good communication with my mum. And again, a lot of parents out there, one of the key things I'd advise you guys is have that relationship with your child, have that communication. Because a lot of my friends didn't have that and they went really astray. So if I ever got into bother, I'd sit down with my mum. Yeah, she'd make me a paratha, you know. You know about them parathas with the aloo in there, And she'll say, all right, son, you've asked for paratha, there's something up, what's up? So I said, Mom, you're not at school, this happened, that happened.
Is that before you ate the paratha or after you telling them?
Before and after. I get doubles, right? So what I feel, and I hope you can agree with this, because I want the community to know this. At Bieber's Media, what we will do is look at the community and improve it. That's the whole project here. So talking to your parents and parents talking to your children is so important. Don't ever ignore the fact that you cannot approach your parents, because when I was young, just speaking to my mom saved me because she gave me that advice.
True. 100%.
She said, don't punch him in the face, son. Punch him on the arm. Don't punch him full stop. So, you know, that could be another thing where I think the problem is, right, up north especially, because I'm from Leicester. Parents and children, they don't communicate.
They don't.
So a kid is going to do what he's doing, not tell his parents, because he's thinking, yo, I'm going to get told off. Yeah? And he doesn't, as he gets older, when he hits the 25, 26, he loses that communication. So the parents and children become very distant.
True.
So how are we going to fix it? How are we going to fix things? Because I can talk about my story, you could talk about your story, but ultimately there's millions of stories out there. And I think the key thing is communication.
100%.
What would you say, Baggy?
I know, I do agree with that. I think, you know, you see it as well often in the schools and growing up. The naughtier children are the ones with the stricter parents, you know, and I'm sure you've seen that in your life. You know, they'll find ways to hide stuff, to get away with things. Whereas like yourself, Marshall, you had a good relationship with your mother. You were open with it. You had nothing to hide. Do you know what I mean? You didn't feel the need to escape from home and just chill around on the streets all day. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because you knew you can be comfortable at home. Whereas some people growing up, you know, at home, one, probably headache for them. They get stressed out all the time because there's constant arguments, constant, you know, doubt and kicking off. And what ends up happening, they end up jumping out, chilling on the streets. Who do they bump into? Probably like, you know, some basically like, you know, just gangbangers, you know what I'm trying to say? And they get caught up in the wrong crowd. Then they end up, you know, getting carried away far too ahead where it's too late to speak to family, speak to anyone. You know what I mean?
I think what we're the challenges we have now, right? Because I'm a 90s, 80s kid, right? Way before your time. Way before your time.
You didn't show me your license, but
I'm going to show you afterwards, but you know, we'll discuss that. I'll bring my birth certificate, everything. But what I've seen over the years, right? Early in the 80s, 90s, our parents come from back home, right? They come to the UK, the English language wasn't the greatest. We're now torn between two communities. We're torn between our heritage and where we live in. So we've got to kind of like have a balance.
100%.
And some of our parents, they couldn't speak the language. They were also learning. We were more at the forefront of the whole thing. So we were seeing things, and, you know, the biggest problem I feel that we've got at this day and age is things like knife crime. Listen, forget there's a camera here. How many times have you heard of stabbings recently?
Yeah, true. It's a lot. Even in Asians, it's getting...
How crazy is that?
It's mad.
Listen, there's a kid that walks into a school and stabs another kid.
And it's becoming like 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds. First, they used to be like elders, and you know, as kids, you look up, you think, you know, what's going on?
So the question is, where's the problem? Why are kids carrying knives? And all them ain't stabbing everyone, but 75% of young kids, I promise you, are carrying knives. And sometimes carrying a knife might mean, I want to look cool. It might be like a top. But if you're going to get into an argument, it just takes that to cause the problem, and their life is completely gone.
You know, Brisco, my opinion, and obviously, you know, you correct me if I'm wrong. I think these children that are growing up now, you know, when obviously you're a lot older than I am, but
You shouldn't be saying that.
You look young.
You should be saying that.
Yeah, you know,
I'm only joking.
You look young, but look, when we were growing up in the 2000s, there was community centres. We had, you know, elders in the community doing scouts clubs involving us. You know, they used to pick us up from our homes. They used to come out their way. You know, sometimes we used to pay them. Some weekends we couldn't afford it, but they never asked for it because they were doing out of their pocket. You know, it is charity, looking after your youth, looking after the people. There's guys involved in football, guys involved in boxing. You know, boxing is a disciplined sport. You get punched once in your face and you respect your opponent, you respect other people because you know what's going to happen. But now what's happening is community centres are closed. You know, I'm not in our area. I think 4 have closed down. And no one talks about them. There's no community centres. Kids are at home playing PlayStation, playing COD, shooting people all day. Then they're on TikTok, and all they see is, you know, trap stars and rappers and this, that, and they chuck a tracksuit on, you know, walk around with a man bag. And at that age, they think, you know, this is the life. I think
a lot of these kids, don't have any guidance. Think they want to be gangsters.
100%.
And when it hits the fan, they'll end up in prison, and it's too late. Now, they'll go to prison, they'll come out, they will change. But we don't need you to go to prison to change. We need you to learn now.
100%.
But that all boils down to the community. Do you feel the community plays a big part in this?
100%. I think...
Like you're about having centres, 100%. I agree with you. Okay, having centres. But how many centres have we got now?
Right now in Bolton, I think, well, I don't know about Bolton in total. In the ward that I'm standing for, there was 4, okay? They're all closed. At this moment in time, they're all closed. The Green Party, who I'm with, and the councillor Hanif, I'm not sure if you met him, he's opening one, Cobden Community Centre, which is one I used to actually go to as well. So he's trying to open that back up. And I personally am very strong that, you know, these things do play a big part. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because, look, you close them down, where are the kids? You know, we're trying to guide them, we're trying to look after them, we're trying to involve them, but how are we involving them? Let's say there is no community centres. Fair enough, there's mosques, okay? But even that, you've got elders that just get, you know, get angry with you and just shoo you away.
Let's talk about the mosques as well. So they got the mosques out there. Do the mosques have any community centres inside there?
Mosques have, obviously they got the madrasas normal. Okay, they're educating the child. They're doing good work. I'm not going to say anything bad about the mosque, but now we've got, for example, you know, he's a good friend of mine as well, Sayyid Subdani. He's opened up House of Wisdom, and I think he's doing a brilliant job. He's involving the younger generations. Friday nights they'll do like Qawwali or something. They'll put, you know, FIFA on the TV.
I'm a big fan of Qawwali. Can you invite me down to that one?
Yeah, no problem. Every Friday. So, you know, they're doing FIFA nights.
I'm not good at FIFA, but I get beat.
Can you sing while you're pray while you're...
No, I can't do it. I can't do it. But I love poetry. And I think that comes with age, you know. And I keep pushing on my age all the time because I do look probably younger than this guy. If I'm honest, man.
No, you do look younger.
And I'm not trying to show off anything. I'm only joking. But when you get older, what happens? You tend to get very spiritual. So you've gone through life, you've gone through all these experiences in life, good and bad, and then you become very spiritual about yourself. You start to appreciate
100%.
little things. So I'll give you an example of what I appreciate. When I wake up in the morning, and my eyes open, and I've got a bottle of water next to me, you know, I appreciate that. Because look around the world, what's going on. Look how many people around the world are suffering, don't have basic necessities like water, and we've got kids in this country
take it for granted
that are going on stupid, like there's some bad mans walk around with their hoods up, got no respect for their parents, no respect for themselves, carrying knives, doing dumb shit. So, you know, you got to look at the whole picture.
100%.
Because helping one person is good. We've got to help a lot of people.
True.
And that comes from character.
100%.
How we portray ourselves to people and how we are with others. So, for example, I've met you for the first time, Yeah. You seem like a really nice guy. That is a character I like. You like my character.
100%.
What happens for me? We network, we grow, we become friends.
Get to know each other.
Your friends become my friends.
We might do great things together. We might inspire you for all we know.
Others, So I feel, you know, there's a lot of things going on at the moment. The war's going on. There's a lot of things.
A lot.
But we've got to work here, innit? We live here, so we've got to develop this place first.
I think you got to sort out home to branch out. Do you know what I'm trying to say? If you've not got your own home in order, how can you expect to save the world? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I agree with that.
You've got to start off small, with our own community, with the people, you know, look after them, you know, help them with what they need. Because if we've got their respect, and then, you know, Brisco, you turn around or I turn around and I say, listen, you know what, I think we should do this. You've got people backing you. You can't take the world on your own, no matter how great of a man. Maybe Brisco can, because he's still young.
I can't.
No, Brisco, you can. But,
I can try.
You know,
I can try.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, on your own, you can't do it. It's, you know,
the thing is,
impossible.
I think the thing is, look, to break it all down, and to the viewers, I'm sure you guys are watching this as well. If you look at the society in the past 20 years, look how much it's changed. I mean, we're talking about the youth, that's one thing. We're looking at cost of living, that's another thing. We're looking at people out there can't afford to pay their gas bills. You know, people are sleeping on roads, on streets. You know, it's as times go, so a lot of the community's got to pick up. We've got to pick stuff up.
True, 100%. The worst part is, you know, that's here in the United Kingdom, and this is the 6th richest country in the world, and it's still happening. So we must be doing something wrong. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, so I think that's where, you know, we come in, try maybe inspire. You know, we're not perfect ourselves. We're still learning. We're still growing. We're still becoming older and wiser.
Well, I tell you what, you inspire me. And I tell you why he inspires me. You're 20?
25,
25. He's standing up to be a councillor. Is that correct?
Correct.
For the Green Party. I told him to join the Purple Party, but there is no. Purple is my favourite colour, but there's no Purple Party. He joined the Green Party, right? Which is fantastic, and he's 25. That's amazing.
I appreciate that.
When I was 25, I was nowhere near that level. I'd want to go out and chill and do this. So it's so good to see a youngster do something like this. So listen, you inspire me.
Thank you.
And I'm sure you inspire a lot of the viewers as well.
As well, Brisco, you know, in other ways. You know what I'm trying to say? So, like, you know, I want to stay young. I want to keep looking young. 46 years old. So listen, people watching, tell us if he looks 46. He told me he's 46 and I was shocked.
Shall I tell you what and
you know, if you're looking young, obviously you're doing something. You're not just sat there, you know, you're working hard, you're training. You've got a kid, Rayan Brisco, 10 years old, training hard, you know. He's becoming a boxer, inshallah, hopefully a future professional boxer. But no kids don't get to that point without guidance. So obviously Brisco, I know he's, you know, a funny chap and he's got energy, but he's got to be a good mentor and a good parent if his son's on the right path.
You know the truth is, right? I'm about being real, I would never fake it where there's a camera here. I grew up without a father. So growing up without a father, you see the challenges. Having my own children makes you realize that I need to be better than anything.
100%.
Yeah,
you've been through it as well.
Exactly. So you feel it. So what I'm trying to say to you is that we can only be better from what we experience. Like for you to get into, let's call it politics. That's what it is. You've seen things around you that have triggered you to get into politics. Otherwise, you'd be chilling. 25, man. You don't need to get into politics at 25.
I can just chill.
Exactly.
It's true.
You've got your promotion company. There's the boxing. There's all that. So for you to do that says a lot of what you've been through. That's why at the beginning of the interview, I asked him about his journey growing up. I think on the next show, we're going to dig a bit more into it. But it takes a lot. There's a trigger point. Everyone in their life has something called a trigger point. You've had a trigger point in your life. It could be anything. I don't know what it is.
I know what you mean.
But I'd love to know what it is. And you know what? If you stay tuned to the Brisco and Baggy show, he says he wants to call it the Baggy show and the Brisco show.
I think it should be just the Brisco show.
No. It's going to go with age.
Man energy.
It's going to go with age.
Exactly. You're elder. Do you know what I mean? So,
you know what? I'm inspired by that. And you know what? I hope people out there can follow this brother and also vote for him and make a change in the community. He's mentioned some key things. Without even you saying what you want to do. Your personality has mentioned a few things. So the first things he mentioned is there's not enough community places in. Now, everybody knows that's rocket science. And it's good that you recognize that. So these type of things are vital.
Things I've seen first and people have mentioned, you know what I'm trying to say. But look, inshallah, we're growing. I'm still young. I've still got a lot of mistakes to make. You know what I mean? So people that are watching, that are part of our journey, you know, it's a big responsibility, you know, stepping up and saying, right, don't worry, leave it to me, I'll sort it out. So be patient with us. You know, if we make mistakes, forgive us, work with us, guide us, you know, criticize us, no problem. You know what I mean?
Constructive criticism is fantastic.
Criticism, but work with us. Don't just be like, oh yeah, you messed up, that's it.
I've got a quick question for you. Off all topics.
Let's go for it.
The producer told me to rock in my chair. I love rocking on this chair, but the producer says don't rock. He's getting stressed. I've got a question for you, and you can ask me any question you want, right? Where does Baggy come from now?
Brisco. So my full name actually, just to go into more detail, is Muhammad Shah Abdul Haq Baghdadi Khan. Obviously, growing up, I was known as Baghdadi Khan, and from the Baghdadi, you can probably imagine it's a lot easier. I just grew up, and from a young age, Baggy. To
be honest with you, if I had to say your name,
it's come to a point. My mum's actually started calling me Baggy. She's living in English. And the last 2 years, she just says, "Where's Baggy?
Listen,
you know what I mean?
If I have to say your name, it would remind me of something, guys. When my wife sends me a shopping list, it's exactly the same as that.
Now, Brisco, where did you get your name from? Now, we want to know as well.
That's on the next show. If you tune in, listen, we need a whole show for that.
There's a curiosity kill. I don't think they can wait. They're not going to be able to wait.
All right, I'll give them a little bit of a. I'll give you a little bit of a teaser. I've got to be careful what I say as well. Growing up, I was about probably 14, 15. Couple of lads together. You know what lads do when you're young, you mess about, do whatever.
A bit of a chill.
So one of my friends, right, he thought he was a rapper. And he's just rapping something,
Freestyling.
And we watched a movie called Donnie Brasco.
Yeah, I've seen Donnie Brasco.
So we watched this movie called Donnie Brasco. He's rapping. And I'm thinking, yo, this guy, he's rapping. What the heck is he doing, man? He sounds stupid. Now people are watching us. So he says Brasco and I can't rap by the way. Then he says Brisco.
Yeah.
And then he stops and looks at me like this. 4 seconds. Turned his head. He looked at me. Brisco. But I didn't know what that was.
So he named it.
He just rapped and at this point and said Brisco. Now, there's a few people that seen it. So next day I woke up, I got messages and whatnot. Yo, Brisco. I'm saying, who the flip's Brisco?
Yeah, and then started sticking.
Then now everybody knows when Brisco. And that's how it started, guys. So it
I don't know. So your story is more interesting. Mine's just a name that no one can pronounce.
No, but saying that, it just says one thing that, you know, example, a name growing like that, and everybody knows when Brisco. It's like planting a seed. What you're doing, which is fantastic, is planting a seed, and that seed's going to grow into a massive tree or plant, and it starts from the bottom.
Inshallah.
A lot of these businesses out there, and you know, you got your Hot Print, you got other people out there, especially in Bolton. They start from the bottom, and if you look at the stories of these businesses, they start. I mean, I started talking to the brother, right, and he started in the back of a garage. You know what I mean?
In Bolton.
Bolton, and he built it from there. And again, Amir Khan, the boxer.
Yes.
His dad used to take him everywhere.
True.
You know, taking
your point there.
Exactly. And I've met Amir Khan's dad.
Yeah.
And one thing I said to him, you inspire me. And he goes, why is that? In the Bolton accent, as they do it. I can't do it. Why is that? You can do better. And he said,
try it once.
And I said,
try it after you can do it.
I can't do it.
Trust me, after you.
I'm going to get enemies after this. And he said to me, I said, you inspire me. He goes, why is that? I says, because you took your son everywhere. Your son wouldn't be where he is without you. And the same question I say to you, what you're doing today is down to your parents as well. 100%. Your du'as of your parents. So, you know, I've never come across a 25-year-old kid wanting to get in politics. Man, listen, if I were back in the days, any kid at 25 going to politics, bro, we were like, yo, you're a geek.
And you know what?
You know what I mean? But for you to do it, you must have gone through a lot to do it.
You know what? Without getting emotional.
Get emotional. Let's go back to show.
That's for next time. We'll get emotional. Bring some tissues, you know.
No, we got to bring some tissues for them.
But you know what? My brother, he's older than me. He dropped out of college, started work from a young age. We were first generation. And, you know, seeing that, he's always kept me close. We've always worked together. And I know I'm young, 25. He's still 30 as well. But I think personally, responsibility is what actually matures you, not age. You know what I mean? So from a young age, you see hardships. I was 16 trying to, you know, pay off basically our bills and stuff at home, you know, working a takeaway, getting paid like, you know, under the minimum wage, but they were good with me, so I'm not going to mention it out. But, you know, they've always looked after me, and that's what grows with your character. And same for my brother, you know what I mean? Like, he dropped out of college, he worked, and we've been through the hardships. We've seen the challenges in the community. We've also been mixed in the wrong crowds, you know, and we see it all the time. So that's why we want to be able to help the community, not only the youth, obviously even the elders, the problems they face and stuff like that, the same problems we face and still probably face every day.
100%.
You know, being able to do what we can in our position, going out of way. Alhamdulillah, you know, even, you know, like respect, it comes with a responsibility. But now we have got that, you know, Didn't
Spider-Man say that?
Who's Spider-Man?
What did he say?
I'm not sure, you know.
Put it in the comments. Spider-Man said something about responsibility. With great
power comes with great power comes great.
I think you got that line from Spider-Man. Listen, guys, put it in the comments. We want to know. But you're 100% right. 100%. You know, one thing I just want to add. Obviously, we've got about 5 minutes left.
Yes, yeah.
One thing I want to add is that, in order for us as a community, and when I say community, I'm just not on about the Asians, Gujaratis, I'm on about everybody. I'm on about white, black, green, yellow, all of them.
Everyone mixed up.
We all got to get on. And with all this nonsense that's going on TV at the moment, where you've got these far rights and this and that going on, I don't even entertain it. In order for us to live peacefully, we got to remember one thing. And viewers, this is a very simple thing to remember. We all got the same color blood. Yeah, so, you know, little cultures that we have and little traditions we have, we can respect each other's traditions. 100%. We can learn so much from them.
And you know what? Like, obviously, when you were growing up, you probably faced these challenges more than we did. You know,
I was a bad man when I was young. Ain't nobody messed me up.
He didn't tell us the right story. Brisco sounds a bit more like, you know, you got the name from something else. Look, you faced it a lot more. But now, you know, we're mixed in schools. Everyone's mixed together. There shouldn't even be any racism anymore. 100%. It's all, you know, maybe, I don't know, it's poor from the government or like, you know, media that always portrays, I guess, Muslims in the wrong way. And that's one reason I'm standing with Green Party, because even though Labour's massive, you know, you've got Conservatives, huge parties, they're with the Zionists, they're supporting Israel. Yeah. But you don't have to be Muslim to, you know, even a blind person can see what they're doing in Palestine is wrong.
Shall I be honest about something? Yeah. I don't like politics. I don't like any politician. I think politics and all that's a waste of time. But I like politics today because of him. And listen, that's me being honest, right? I don't like politics. I feel like politics is just, this.
Yeah. You know, and honestly, I've always been like that. When you see, man, you know, a guy in a suit, like, what's that guy called? Boris Johnson, you know, riding on his bicycle. That's what I'm doing.
We're going to go there today.
So that's what I grew up seeing.
Who's the Boris Johnson guy?
But I don't know.
Who's the bike ride?
I need a bike for that. But that's what we grew up seeing. But then, you know, you get a bit older, you see the community, then you see this media and then Palestine and, you know, everyone. That's basic humanity, you know, like these children, you see it. You know, Green Party is the only one who's turned around and say, you know what, we're with Palestine, you know.
But I'll tell you one thing. We don't need the BBC.
100%.
We don't need ITV. You know why? We've got Bieber's Media.
That's it. Bieber's Media.
So tune in, guys.
That's it.
We've got Baggy and a Brisco. I don't know if we're going to make a show out of this. We'll have a word with the producers afterwards. But it's so nice to meet you.
Lovely meeting you.
I'm gonna do a quick fire round with you.
Let's do it, man.
So I'm going to say one word.
You have to say it quick.
Yeah, if you don't, we've got producers here, they're behind us right now, and they're going to kick you out of here.
Let's do it,
So I say one word.
Put the axe down, though.
He's going to hold the axe. Our producer don't mess about. Listen,
let's do it, Brisco.
He's even looking at you because you're moving on your chair too much.
Let's do it. I'm getting nervous. You're too quick for me, Brisco, man.
All right. So I'm going to mention, we're going to play a quick game, guys. I don't know what we're going to call the game.
Quick fire round. Should we call it that?
There you go.
Quick fire with Brisco.
The Brisco quick fire round.
Let's do it, bro.
Okay, so I'm going to say one word. And you've got to say something that quickly that you relate to,
the first thing I think of.
Listen, we have got viewers out there. You have to be careful what you say. You are standing up to be a politician. Don't spoil it today.
Don't worry, I got a clean mind, bro.
Yeah, good. Okay, so the first one is boxing.
Let's go again. Let's go. I'm trying to think too much.
No, you can't do that. Listen.
The first thing I thought of, B Crown Promotions, and that's because, you know.
Okay, no. You can't. Listen, no. See, you got to get in this game.
All right, let's do it.
Listen, viewers, the game is this. Just help him out in the comments for the next time we do this.
Well, I'm going to do it properly.
I say one word, he says one word.
Let's do it.
I don't need no life story here.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so we can start again.
Okay.
Pakistan.
Imran Khan. That's the first thing that came in my head.
See,
so that was good. No, but you know, the first one, I blanked that.
Okay, you did that one. You did well, but you just gotta say the word.
That's it.
That's the first thing.
You looked at me like, hold on.
No. You did well. No, you did well. And this is gonna help you in politics as well.
Let's do it, man.
So when someone asks you a question in politics, boom, you just say like, if he says
first word.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So Pakistan.
Imran Khan.
Boxing.
Amir Khan. It's all the Khans, isn't it?
Spoke again.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. That's it. I've got to do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Family.
Dad.
Bolton.
Mine's blank.
It's okay. You can take your time. Bolton. This is going to be a lot for the people watching in Bolton now. They're going to know what you think of them.
Bolton. What's the first thing that would come to your mind? It's completely... Bolton's a big place. I don't feel like you can't really relate.
One word.
Football.
Beautiful. See, you're getting it.
No,
you could have said love. Because you love the place. You could have said humanity. There's a lot of things. Okay. Green Party.
Equality. 100%.
Knife crime.
No good. Don't rate it. Don't respect it. If you're going to fight, learn how to fight.
He's doing it again.
Oh, keep doing it.
I love this guy.
All right, go on. I'm good now.
I love this guy.
I'm good.
Okay. 2 more.
Let's do it.
Palestine.
I don't know why I feel nervous, man.
I saw even Brisco, innit? Everyone gets nervous. Even the producers are shaking. What's he doing right now? Brisco.
Yeah. Energy. Energy.
Palestine.
Family.
Okay, one last one.
Let's do it.
Bieber's Media.
Brilliant. You know, the production's been brilliant. Since we've walked in, you know, I'm sure you'll agree, they've been welcoming, warm, and it's been a brilliant experience. And I think Brisco, he made it, you know, 20 times better to the energy and his vibe. You know, you don't meet. I still think he's lying about being 46, to be honest, but you know, you're gonna have to show us your life.
I'm gonna bring the ID out shortly.
You're gonna have to, bro.
I'll bring the ID shortly. Listen.
So what do you like? I got a question for you. What do you do to stay young? Then, are you looking so young?
That's a good question.
I'm sure everyone wants to know. I'm sure this 46-year-old looking at himself right now, boulder with white hair, thinking, "Yo, I need to look like Brisco," you know. So tell us, give us some tips, man.
Right. So we're gonna finish in the next few minutes. I'm gonna be quick, right? The first tip is honestly, guys. You've got to build your brain and meditate your brain to not stress. Stress is something you're going to get constantly.
So would you say you don't stress as much? Or
I wish I could use the word, but I can't because I'm on camera. I don't give a about anything. I just carry on with my day. And if I feel like I've got pressure, I'm not dying.
You're going to work through
it. The time I'm going to stress is when the doctor tells me, listen, mate, I got some bad news for you.
Yeah.
You got 6 months to live. Till then, I'm going to be the best person I can be. I can help as many people as we can. Support Baggy as well with his great initiative he's doing.
Inshallah.
Why do you want to stress?
That's true.
So that's the first thing. The second thing, don't believe in this Korean skincare nonsense. It's all a waste of time. Wash your face in the morning.
I think that's the best advice.
Yeah, forget all of that nonsense. Wash your face in the morning. Don't put no cream on it, nothing.
What do you wash your face? Just water?
No, listen, tap water one time on the face like this.
Like Dove and
you don't need none of that.
Yeah.
You don't need no chemicals. Wash your face and walk out the house with it wet. So it's all dripping down your top. Trust me, it keeps you young.
100%.
Does that answer your question?
And last tip, one more tip. Tip 3. You don't want to, just third one now.
One more tip is you got to really honestly watch what you eat.
Do you go gym and stuff?
I train every day.
Yeah,
but I really watch what I eat. So I'm a big chocolate fan. I bet you guys are as well, right? I love chocolate. Like if my wife brings all these chocolates in,
just go through them all.
Bro, it's in the drawer. I'm at night sneaking down. I got midnight snacks. I swear, I got packet of crisps. And when she wakes up in the morning, she's a packet of crisps there. 3-4 chocolates. She looks at me thinking, yo, what's wrong with you? So you just got to watch what you eat and just keep healthy.
No, it's good
and you know what? Pray always.
Inshallah.
Have good intentions. Treat people kind. Be humble.
Short life.
We've all got bad past. Listen, I bet people out here watching this say, yo, Brisco back in days was like this. Baggy was like this. Look, people change.
That's it.
He changed. True. There's people out there that have gone into prison and have come out being better people. So we shouldn't judge anybody. Don't stop judging. That's the problem with our community. We judge everybody.
And but
they don't look at their own.
Yeah.
Like they're so busy judging all these other kids, they don't look at their own kids.
100%. So that I think is the village-minded people. Actually, no, scrap that. I'm going to leave that quote. I forgot it.
No, bust it out, man. That's from Spider-Man. This one's from Batman.
I'm going to leave that one.
Yeah. But listen, guys, it's been a fantastic show. You probably see us again. Do you think we'll come on again?
I think with Brisco, I'll be on 100%. You know, Brisco's too much energy. Someone I wouldn't want to miss out, to be honest with you.
Remember, guys, tune in to Bieber's Media, the Brisco and Baggy Show. Anything's possible with this, guys. And good luck to you.
Brisco, it's been
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
God bless you, brother.
Thank you. Nice one.